So I saw a baguette at the zoo the other day. You could say it was bred in captivity. That was sensational.
Perfect.
Hello there broskies, the Turk Hassan back here again with another slide to review, and this one I've been waiting some time for. On today's episodes we are reviewing the Nike Asuna 2 slide. Now personally, the Nike Asuna slide is the most comfortable one I have tried on, but that's coming from a man who's never tried on the Yeezy slide. So take that information and do with it what you will, but the Nike Asuna slides for me are my favourite. Now the Asuna 2s have been out in America for quite some time now, and the UK we've just about starting to get them. Like some of my life decisions, the colourways they've been questionable, but I finally found one that I like the look of. Now we are going to do a lot of comparisons between the Asunas and the Asuna 2s, but before any of that, let's take a look at the box. Now normally slides, especially by Nike, come in a way smaller box, but this one comes in an actual sneaker box. And it is that classic red and white. Nothing major to see here, but on the product sticker itself it does say Nike Asuna 2 slide. And the official colorway is light iron ore, flat pewter white. Peter picked a pickled pepper. Bruh, how do they make these names up? Honestly, I need to know. Now, these Asuna 2s, these do retail at £45 here in the UK. And for this specific colorway, I'll try my hardest to leave some links down below. Now I've got some gripes with the Asuna 2s, a lot more than the Asuna 1s, but before all of that, let's talk about how these fit. And to be fair, one of its drawbacks is actually how these feel on foot. Now, just like the Asuna OGs, I went true to size with these as well, and I've got to say, I do regret that. The first Asunas were perfect, no gripes there whatsoever, true to size is of course perfect. But these on the other hand is too much of a squeeze going true to size. Now I'm not too sure if they do half sizes in these Asunas, but going half a size up would be your best bet. But just in case you can't, go one size up and I still think you'll be all good. And just remember, if they are a little bit loose, you can sort of tighten them with this sort of lacing system that these offer. You'd rather that than them being too small. Right, after this part, we'll do some comparisons, but right now, it's about time we'll take an up close and personal look. Now one of the things I did really like with this slide, in particular this colorway, was the upper. And I'm not sure if you want to call it that, but you catch my drift. On the upper, it has this sort of padded nylon feature to it. Of course, coming in different shades of grey and white, it does work very well here. But the upper itself has a way more sporty aesthetic comparing it to the OG Asunas. Having mostly nylon material all over it, it does come very padded, which of course adds to the comfort. Now on the tag, it does actually say Nike Sportswear designed in Beaverton, Oregon, with of course that Nike swoosh. Now just like the first Asunas, this lacing system, which I was a big fan of, makes its return. For me, it's a great feature to have because over time, slides do get a little bit loose with wear and tear. So you could tighten them up, just like Shakira, whenever, wherever. All you really have to do is pull it and hook them over one of the laces. Now this sort of double foam setup that this Nike Asuna 2 has is very, very comfortable. I can't lie though, personally for me, the OG Asunas are way more comfortable, but I guess we'll talk more on that later. Now just like most slides, in its design it's very simple but effective. Now the outsole is pretty standard here. It comes in of course white with the Nike swoosh towards the inside. And that's it broskies, there's nothing too loud about this slide, but it does work wonders. But now it's time to take a closer look in terms of what's different between the OG Asunas and of course this one. Now putting these side by side, there are a lot of differences, don't get me wrong, but at the same time they do look very similar. Now for example, the upper is way different on both of these. On the OG Asunas, it's sort of one unit sort of woven together. Comparing it with the 2s where the only thing sort of keeping it together is the actual lacing system. There is a little bit of elastic on the 2s that does connect it to the actual foam. But it does kind of make me think long term, will these hold up as well as the OGs? Now like I've mentioned, the lacing system does return and I'm very happy with that. but the materials even on the upper are way different here. But it might be a colorway thing, maybe some other Asunas have different textures and different materials on the upper. But with these two pairs, of course, they're totally different. But I feel like the branding on the upper on the OGs just works that little bit better. That Nike text with the Nike swoosh just gives me those retro vibes. But at the same time, I'm not even mad at the Asuna 2s. Now this is where I feel it's a real deal breaker, it's actually the comfort. The first Asunas, I just feel there's that little bit more bulk to it, which does create that way more comfy feel on foot. But of course, this might differ over time once I've broken the Asuna 2s in, and it might just be as comfortable. But to be fair though, the first Asunas, I just remember putting them on for the first time, they were so comfortable. And I'm not really getting that vibe with the Asuna 2s. So in terms of comparing both of these slides, I don't really think the 2s do anything better than the 1s. But of course, if you disagree, or even if you agree, comment down below. Because, just like the BFG, I'm all ears. But broskies, comparisons aside, waffling aside, this is the part where I decide if these are a buy or a buy. Now this comparison might be a little weird, but just hear me out. I feel like buying new slides is sort of like buying a new mobile phone. You don't have to sort of upgrade them every so often, but at least every couple of years, it's nice to get a new pair. And having these Asunas, I think just over a year now, I don't really think I need to upgrade. The Asuna 2s, for me anyway, don't do anything better than the OG Asunas. Of course, this is all my personal preference, but the Asuna OGs just do so much right. And I guess you could argue the Asuna 2s might be a little bit better in terms of waterproofing and taking them to the swimming pool and that sort of thing. But personally for me, the OG Asunas, I've not even had a problem there either. And maybe if the Asuna 2s got better colorways, then maybe it might just change my mind. But don't get me wrong though, the Asuna 2s, I'm not disregarding them. It's just, I'm not going to upgrade when I don't really need to. You know what they say, if it's not broken, don't try and fix it. And I think it kind of applies here too. So the Asuna 2s, it still does a lot right. It is very comfortable on foot and I like the materials that they use. Maybe it will just take a better colorway to make me appreciate them just that little bit more. But either way, I'm still going to give the Asuna 2s an absolute buy. But comment down below what your thoughts are on the Nike Asuna 2s. Are the Asuna 2s on your mind to buy? Or have you got something else in mind? Comment down below and I will pin the best comments. Anyways broskies, thank you for watching, thank you for stopping by, and don't forget, hit me up on the IG as well, because I'm most active over there. And whilst you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And of course, until the next episode, take care.